Ah, hello! Seems like everything is working now. Hello, welcome, we're back. It is a day, it's Wednesday. We're playing some more Disco Elysium today. Let me just get this controller. Does this end in a not a controller? Okay, that's a problem. There it is. Okay, crisis averted. Here's the thing. We're back, we're playing some more Disco Elysium. We're gonna do a longer stream probably today, just as we did yesterday. Where are we picking up in this world of Disco Elysium? He said, clearly stalling for time. We've, just interviewed the, alleged, victim, of the rape, now that we know that she was not an actual victim, and that was just something that the Hardy Boys did to cover up the fact that this mercenary got killed. We have some leads to go on vis-a-vis where the shot that killed him might have come from, but I'd say overall we're still really not sure who we can trust here. Let's get into it from there. The other thing we gotta do is go to the church, see what's going on in the church. Something's going on in the church. Do we know what it is? I do not. Let's begin. Perfect introduction, as always. Feels good. Feels good to be so good at this. Alright, let's go down. So, we do have a point to level up. What time is it in the game? 8 o'clock? When is Kim's bedtime? Kim, is it your bedtime yet?
Yes.
I'm gonna say no. Okay, so this is what I want to do. Let's add a point to logic. Let's walk over to where we need to do the logic check. I want to talk to the people in the tent one more time. I mean, we keep failing this check that we're trying to do, even though we have very, very high likelihood of success. Is there anything else we need to do at night before I go off and foolishly do that, missing an important opportunity? Tasks. Confront the pigs. Meet her near the old fish market at 10 p.m. That's fine. After you've helped him set up the nightclub. Run the number on the victim's armor. That just needs to be tomorrow, basically. Okay, no, we're good. Let's go around to the tent. I'm desperate to know what the hell's going on over there. Actually, tell a lie. That can wait for tomorrow. Let's see what else we've got going on that's happening around here. Check boardwalk for bullet traces. I don't know how we'll get to the island. Get a cell, solve the egghead puzzle. The ravers want to start a nightclub. Oh, return to Moral in the whirling in rags with the news. Didn't we already do that? That's fine. Oh, it's the wrong person, maybe. Hey, man.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has. But I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
Just doing my bit.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So, I checked the traps.
Good. Okay.
And one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
Oh my god, that was a long pause. No, to both.
That's not ideal, but...
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
I like this theory.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them.
No. I want them to continue to live their beautiful delusion.
Of course, more clever.
Yes. The Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps. Make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
Another trip to the reeds. Giant Spatula says, if there's no crabs, we riot. Oh no! Welcome, Giant Spatula. Actual crab. Actual crab time. It might be a crab man, but we'll see what we can do. It's not very scientific to reason backward from a conclusion you want to be true. Well, you know what? No, that's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter, this phasmid.
Of course. be sarcastic.
No!
Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Mine stands, okay? Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique
Société?
de Ravachol, is yours.
No problemo, man.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Probably I ate the locusts in a drunken stupor.
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
Just need to put on all my interfacing clothes. This is a weird mechanic in this game, isn't it? I might already have them on. My gloves are better at interfacing than those gloves, I think. Alright, never mind. I'm already wearing the best gloves for
Hello.
interfacing.
Lena and I were just discussing the design of the new trap.
Against Kim's protests, I would like to submit to you an alternative theory about the missing locusts.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think, Sam the Geek says, I'm okay with a lack of crabs. Not everything needs to be crabs. 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 I think a little hooligan called Crab might have stolen the locusts.
A little hooligan. But what would a child want with bugs?
What would a child want with... Who ever heard of a child who liked bugs? Preposterous. Crabs, crabs, crabs. Actually, let me quickly curate the Heroscapes. Oh, fantastic. We can do crab. Okay. Not the Heroscapes, the Heroclixes. Heroscape, that's a totally different thing. Excuse me. Okay.
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Delinquents. My favorite.
Kim? I know it's past your bedtime, so I'm gonna let this one slide, but I don't need the sass when I'm talking about cryptids.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Agreed.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
Ooh.
This is a slippery one. He may respect the law, but mostly wants to pass under the radar. You won't get a chance to talk after you walk out of here.
Giant Spatula says, Heroscaping is when you get laser hair removal so your costume doesn't chafe. You gotta. All the big heroes do. I mean, Superman can do it to himself, so, you know, obviously that's a lot easier, but they all do.
He hasn't been particularly forthcoming before. He may well still be hiding something. After he's left, it's too late.
Underneath that costume, he's like a dang turtle shell.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
Even if it's bugs?
Morel, it's been fun, really. But I need a bath, and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
Chim chim churun. Also, did you come to the bar and drink tea? Maybe it's like a toddy.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
Giant Spatula says, for some reason that always makes me think of when Riker shaves his beard and declares it smooth as an android's bottom. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Ooh, I don't know. Where is this man? Hey, Gary. Hey.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast.
It's not
It's
this
mostly
bloody
drunks
gun.
and degenerates that come here.
Well, I wouldn't. Who have you been talking to?
This man respects authority too much to see you for what you are. Pretend thou art a sober man.
I. Nobody's perfect. Have you never been tempted to drink?
Oh, I've been tempted. But someone has to stay strong for Revacall.
Well, I guess you're just Jesus Christ himself, schlepped off with a cross.
Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is.
Is this your mug? Hold up the yellow man mug.
My mug? Why would you think that?
Well, you said yellow man, and that's not something many people go around saying. No, let's actually... I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's
Oh,
all.
a similar mug? That seems very suspicious. Did I mention this mug was found at the scene of a lynching? That'll definitely get him to own up to the fact that he has it, that it's his.
Okay, I admit it.
Oh, it worked.
I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry.
This is a very serious offense. Kim, draw and quarter this man.
You're not going to find me, are you?
I am. For 20 real.
Okay, I deserve that.
Excellent
and I
work.
won't do it again.
Kim, not a word.
You have my word. I don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property, I've been having trouble at work lately. The Koikos are price dumping us out of competition.
I'm very sorry to hear it.
What did you do, Gary?
Gary is now a known criminal, my friend, Morel.
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
That is wild. I can't imagine asking for that or receiving it. But why would you need to get into somebody's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Bohemians run it like a mob.
Okay, maybe if the mob is running waste collection.
I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Oh, please.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
Agreed.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a Next topic. So we talked about the mug. Next topic. Did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Oh, do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Yes. What happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
That's weird.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
A red herring.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
Oh my god, it's the ceramics. Are you wearing ceramic underpants?
What sound?
That clinking I just heard when you moved.
Really? There's lots of weird sounds in a bar like this, though. Pinball, glasses clinking. Could be someone playing pinball.
Show me the underpants.
Maybe it was pinball.
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
While wearing the murder victim's gloves. It is a very serious crime to take the armor from this dead man.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
Let's move on for
I
now.
hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
I guess we didn't
Don't
pass
be
a
so
skill check somewhere.
lenient, Gary.
Hey,
This
Soul
guy
Foundry,
may have
welcome.
been in your apartment, admiring your mug collection. Perhaps a little intimidation?
Soul Foundry says, I demand more weekend. More weekend. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Oh, what a turn. Oh, yeah, I could definitely go for some more weekend. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I've been kind of sick the last couple of days, and I have not been doing enough work. And today I tried to catch up. So I have been working too hard. I am ready for a nice Thursday, Friday. No, a Thursday, Saturday is what I would prefer, if possible. Can we get one of those, please? Let's... Do I have anything that will increase my composure? Soul Foundry says, I called out today because I had allergies and other reasons. Oh, well, I hope you had a nice day off and that you weren't too actually sick. But either way, you know, sometimes you gotta take a day. Let me just put on some composure clothes. Like, I don't want a disease. Very nice. Good for you. I think that's a good thing to do from time to time. It's a mental health day, you know. Sometimes you gotta take one. Let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so we've got an increase to our composure.
Very generous of you. I mean,
Let's
officers.
let's bother this man. Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags?
I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I have nothing to do with that.
I bet he's got like 100 mugs in his jacket, and that's what's clinking together. Soul Foundry said, I also had so much PTO, I was like, don't mind if I do. Oh, jealous. Good, you gotta spend that PTO. It's too easy to save it up and never get around to taking it.
He's not feeling too comfortable in his own skin. Odd, I'd say.
Indeed.
Uncomfortable shifting around doesn't make him the killer, though. It's something else.
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
A picnic on your own? That sounds lonely as hell. You were surprised to see my colleague, Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
The lieutenant is a native of Revachol.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
Sounds like some conspiracy topic. You might be able to discuss it with him when the lieutenant isn't here. If you can remember it.
Soul Foundry says, yeah, well, I finally decided to cut my own hair today. Oh, how'd it go? Because I had the time and the encouragement of my stylist, and I can tell you what? Mistakes were made today. Oh no! That's okay, it'll be easier next time. Unwisebird says, I have unlimited PTO, and I'm going to try testing how unlimited it is this week. Spoiler, it is not really unlimited. Yeah, I think that the truth is, this is not a hot take, that unlimited PTO just means it's a secret how much PTO you have. Personally, I'm not a fan. Let's see. And that way they don't have to pay you out if you don't use it all up before you leave a job. So, Gary, you live nearby, in an apartment in Martinez. Point in that direction.
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Mr. Clare must be very angry with you.
Mr. Everard?
Yes, he insisted. I didn't want to say that, but I guess I have no choice. He insisted that I open the door to your apartment.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him.
I'll tell him one thing only.
What have I done?
That'll be another
He'd
20
send
real.
a muscle after me.
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Wait, did he pay me the 20 real that we find him? I don't know. Soulfinder says, my previous job had unlimited PTO. For your management? I've had unlimited PTO. I don't like it. I end up underusing it. It was unlimited to the point I had to tell my boss I was doing her job. Oh no! Oh, that sucks. When the person above you is making too much use. Oh, for upper management, yeah. When the person above you is making too much use of PTO, that is a problem. Our discussion on this topic is over, Gary.
Of course. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door-opening operation.
Why is he shifting around like that? Analyze Gary's composure.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Something worn underneath it?
Yes, like a piece of ceramic. For example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
Gary, I can see that you are a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once.
He unbuttons the shirt. Pants too.
I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates cover his gaunt torso.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth.
Gary, what's going on?
Gary's going to super jail unless he gives me a whole suit of armor.
I took the hangman's cuirass.
Sam the Geek says,
didn't
don't
mean
encourage the
to."
indecency.
God damn it, Gary.
God damn it, Gary!
I know.
I know. I love these characters.
Shame on you. Give the cuirass to the officer at once.
Agreed.
Gary didn't mean to interfere with your investigation officers. He's just thick-headed and poor as dirt. But he's always helped us, given us a place to stay. And he's followed Morel into God knows what jungles.
Give me that armor, now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat, but so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling, so I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone.
Give me the shoes.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I mean, yeah, that.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man.
Yeah, you should be.
COI officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Museput says he isn't sorry. Yeah. He's sorry he got caught, but that's good enough for me. Do you know who killed the Hanged Man?
I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word.
Welcome, Museput, by the way.
I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore.
No, I should think not.
This is all he knows.
Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
Ahoy!
I
And Soul Foundry
won't
says
mess
the
with
Union is
Mr.
always
Clare
blamed.
either.
It's true.
Have my word.
Well, that was an abuse of police power. Let's see what kind of a vest we got. +1 pain threshold, +1 volition, -1 empathy. Mania of invulnerability. Before I put on this sweet, sweet armor, let me also instead go back to being the logic bro by putting on all my most logical clothes. Glasses. I do like the silk robe. Okay, we got the silk robe. Oh no, I need the checkmate jacket for more logic. Okay, we're fully logicaled out. Back to wearing... Is my hat logic? Why am I wearing this racist hat? Oh, it's a logic hat. Okay, that makes sense. I see! Let's see if Gart liked our karaoke. Soul Foundry says, let me put on my most logical clothes. Me hunting for clothes each morning for work. And Sam Geek says, the weird thing about this being an RPG is that you get weird clothes that make you look funny, but somehow make you a better policeman.
Ah, smallest church in Saint-Saëns.
It is a little mysterious. Not sure you could interrogate subjects if they kept laughing at your mildly racist hat. I don't know, if I was holding a crowbar in one hand and shining a flashlight in their face, as is our wont, that might work. Museput says it's not just racist, it's also really good at actually blocking out the sun while doing outdoor work. I guess that's fair. I think for this man that we're playing right now, maybe a broad-brimmed straw hat would be ideal. But yes, I mean obviously that's why they exist. It's because they're very good at blocking out the sun. He says the smallest church in Saint-Saëns. This is the song we sang. Yeah, the church is actually my past.
Cool. Now, what can I do for you?
That's all. Just wanted to rub it in your face. And away I go. Who else do we want to talk to now? We could run out and try to talk to Kuno. Soul Foundry says, policemen are clowns. That's the art of this game? Maybe? I'm legit watching police videos on my TV as I watch this on my phone. At least they have the good sense to not wear racist rice farmer hats most of the time, especially at night. I think the fact that it's currently in this game 8:53 p.m. makes it a little bit less defensible for him to be wearing this hat. Okay, make Titus give Rui's location. Oh, we could talk to Titus. I mean, Titus is super tired of us, but I think there's a mutual respect forming here.
It's you again. What is it?
Okay, I talked to Claudia. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
A civil war is brewing. He probably doesn't mind a civil war. You know what? I think Titus is gonna appreciate us shooting straight with him. Sylvander says, I'm always searching for the next interrogation video. Beyond Evil is a favorite on the YouTube. I'm gonna level with you, Titus. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer. He doesn't care about that. He was trying to hide who Lely's killer was. Does he care if there's a civil war? He probably cares. Titus, a civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone.
No, Titus, you misunderstand.
Now you pet Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
Thank you, Kim, for actually being sensible.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude.
He wants a theory,
You're
huh?
trying to get
And he
me
says we're not on fire like a peasant.
You could
We
fuck
gotta
off
do
now.
both of these things. Come back with a theory and be on fire like a peasant. Soulfighter says, saying Titus makes me want to play FF10 from the beginning. That story was so good.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
I heard an interesting thing recently. I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about the Final Fantasy VII remake, and somebody was saying like, "Oh, I hope they do FF6 next." And one of the people on the podcast, who is a huge Final Fantasy person, was like, "Listen, Final Fantasy VI has really well received critically, but if you're Square Enix looking at the numbers for like what sold the best." After Final Fantasy VII, the next one to do is Final Fantasy X. So, Giant Spatcher says FF10 Titus isn't really, can't hurt you. Hello, remake. So that's my secondhand theory from somebody who, played, somebody on the podcast who played so much Final Fantasy VII and 14, is that FF10 would be next. Unwisebird says, I like the Blitzball. Soulfighter says the remake makes me upset, and Noodle says FF10 was the best. FF10 was so good. There you go. So the my guess, based on being ignorant but listening to somebody, repeating somebody who I think knows stuff, is FF10 would be before FF6. Giant Spatcha says my Titus isn't real joke is great. Someone needs to appreciate it. Oh, I don't know this reference. I'm sorry. Welcome, Noodles, by the way.
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back.
And Noodles says, I don't think you know what I mean. FF10 was objectively the best. Oh my god. Holy shit, I'm the Logic King. Here's a solid theory about why Ruby could have done it. And Giant Spatula says FF13 is objectively the best? That's an unusual pick, Giant Spatula. FF13, huh? I don't know very much about Final Fantasy, but I guess so. I trust you if you say it. Soulfinder says FF7 Remake just felt too much like FF15 to me. And Giant Spatula says FF7 Rebirth is just Yakuza. That's not a bad thing to be. Noodle says Logic Genius. And Soulfighter says, FF9 is a good one. I watched several friends play it. And Giant Spatcher says, thanks, glad we're on the same page. That's the good one. Everybody says Final Fantasy 13 was the good one. Let's present a solid theory about why Ruby could have done it. Soulfinder says, I put FF9 in the same boat as Breath of Fire, which, from context, I'm assuming is a good thing. The only JRPG I've ever played is Shining Force 2. So that's my whole frame of reference. Please ignore any JRPGs we may have played on this channel. I don't know, does Scarlet Nexus count as a JRPG? Probably not. Noodle says, Breath of Fire 1 or 3? You guys know Shining Force 2.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neo.
Giant Spatula says,
The
yes!
hostile cafeteria is
Yes.
lit by its airy
Scarlet Nexus is a
blaze,
JRPG? Okay.
floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Unwisebird says, I feel like you might like Persona. And Giant Spatula says, anything with anime bullshit is either a JRPG or a fighting game. And Unwisebird says, or maybe hate it, I can't tell. So there's a game called... Oh my god, the other JRPG that I've played is, I'm gonna show this to you. A game that was on the Wii called MLB Power Pros. And the shrewd among you may notice that MLB stands for Major League Baseball. And you're probably thinking, that can't be a JRPG, can it? And the answer is kinda. Kind of it is. If you are like in the multiplayer mode, no, it's just baseball. But there's a single player mode where it's like a weird life simulator game, and it's like a little JRPG. MLB Power Pros JRPG. Can I see some images just to show what I mean? So these are all people playing baseball. This doesn't look like a JRPG. But I want to see... Yeah, it's like a little visual novel. And, like, you can, like, choose what to train and stuff. It's a very weird game, but I got super into it in, like, 2008 or 2009, perhaps. Yeah, there you go. That looks JRPG-like. Is this not a JRPG? This is a JRPG. Oh, and I played the Digimon game. That's right. Neil says, is that the one with incest? Maybe? Giant Spatcher says, you would like Shin Megami Tensei because it's Persona, but Digimon? I do like Digimon. This is some JRPG-ass bullcrap. Maybe we should play MLB Power Pros. I have the Wii now. I don't have a way to capture it, but I do have it here at last. Soul Foundry says, effing Digimon games. It would mean motion controls, which I don't know if I'm really up for. Maybe there's an option to play with the GameCube controller. Can we see? Can we tell from here? No, we need to see the back of the box. Probably we're not going to find a picture of that. That's okay. Anyway, sorry. Just wanted to talk about that weird footnote in video game history. Soul Foundry says, I want a good one. And Giant Spatcher says, Cyber Sleuth was so good, though. Oh, and Noodle says, I meant Breath of Fire 2 was the one with incest. Oh, I thought you were talking about Scarlet Nexus. Thank you for clarifying. We didn't get to the end of Scarlet Nexus, and so it is, and there's like a lot of time travel and alternate reality crap happening in that story, so it is very possible that there could be an incest twist in that game. Although I hope not, but I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the difference. Soul Foundry says, Power World needs to team up with a Digimon company. It's not a bad idea. Okay, let's see. Why are you so sure? We're using the logic brain power to go now fast and good at knowing what happened. Why are you so sure? That was a fine sentence. Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here all night with us.
All night?
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
Please.
She was here all night, 11:30 to 12:15. She was here during all that time.
No! Soul Foundry says my Power World has been corrupted and my day off was ruined. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear.
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
Losing like a world in a game or save in a game like that, in like a survival crafting whatever game is so brutal. You feel like you've put so much into it and then you lose it and it's like, ah! I've definitely been there with Minecraft. She didn't go out for fresh air for one smoke. 0.1.4 alpha game. Ah, okay, that does explain it.
No.
That's a lie.
You know that's not the case.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Carl.
Soul Foundry says, I'm going to restart on Game Pass, though, and now I can play at work. So, joke's on them. I'm going to get paid to rebuild. That's not a bad way to live.
And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
Have you noticed the winch out back on the outer wall of the whirling?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying she reeled herself up by her collar. Like some kind of...
crab?
Kidding?
Oh, that's better, Glenn.
Let's go with that. Point is, It's just a rusty winch. It doesn't put her on the roof.
But you could have gotten to the roof from somewhere inside the whirling.
Nah, the only way up there is through Clausia's room.
Oh yeah? How do you know so much about this place?
We've only been drinking here for what? 6 years? How much do we know?
Self-Under says, I love how life is being automated and companies want to argue a 4-day work week. When are we supposed to work?
Been thinking of getting wilding in racks. That is on my ass, boss.
Alan, we happen to have a tattoo gun right here with us tonight. If you're serious, surely you won't object. Noodle says, hopefully never.
There you go. Tatted on his ass. We know the place.
Listen, that's the big difference between, like, the Star Trek future and our current near future. That just, like, you know, the horrible truth that we're on the cusp of never having, you know, all kind of, or let's say the majority of human jobs that previously needed a human can now be automated, and that's somehow a bad thing for, like, almost everybody. It should be good. It should be good. It should be good if it's like, oh, we don't have to do all that work anymore. But I have a really bad feeling about it. I gotta be real. Giant Spatula says, fully automated luxury space communism. See, that's what I want. And Soulfinder says, my job just eliminated dialing for us. Now we just sit and wait to answer calls. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I wonder what kind of savings that turns into for them. This is going to be a thing where, but look, now in the next few generations, we're all going to evolve to not have fingers anymore because we don't need to dial phones. It's going to happen. I can feel it.
No, but that doesn't prove anything.
Oh, he said there's a locked door in the kitchen and another on the roof. Ever been through those?
It's just 2 dolls. We're not giving you Ruby for that. She's one of us.
Soulfinder says, all I know is I want to knit suddenly. Knit while you still can.
What if they're connected by the winch, Eugene? That is your name, right, Eugene? If they're connected, she could have gone to the kitchen, gone up, shot him on the roof, then come down. All in 5 minutes. How about that?
Sam the Geek says opposable thumbs are still useful. Just ask raccoons. Oh my god, raccoons have some of the best hands in the animal kingdom. I mean, above people, for sure. And maybe somewhere like geckos and raccoons, super close. They're up there. They're up there, for sure. Needle says, speaking of evolutionary trends, humans are getting bigger in size, penis size, and evolving smaller brains. Soon we will be the perfect giant penis, tiny brain beings that we were meant to be. Also crabs. Soulfinder says, raccoons wash their cotton candy. I won't ask them nothing. Oh, I've seen that gif. It's so sad. The raccoon washing the cotton candy and being like, wait, no, where did it go?
Yes, she
Himbo superiority. Exactly.
long shot.
Unwisebird says, maybe we'll be assigned a raccoon at birth to do all our opposable thumb needs. Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you meant you know, being assigned male or female at birth. Assigned raccoon at birth. But no, that makes much more sense if you, like, get a raccoon to help you with your thumb needs.
Tell you one thing.
On my birth certificate, it says raccoon.
Winch came up again.
Noodle says,
Nifty.
it's not because we're getting dumber. It's actually the opposite. Smaller brain, but getting more folds. Oh, I see. So the surface area or whatever is greater. Means more intercerebral neuron connection, meaning it's more efficient. Cool. And Museput says, like a demon in his dark materials, lol. And Soulfinder says, raccoon is my Patronus, but it's going through a dumpster. It never helps. Expecto Patronum. Please, get out of the trash, raccoon. This is an emergency. Ugh. They just recently, and by recently I mean in like the last 5 years, added the raccoon creature type to Magic the Gathering. And there's not enough yet to make a raccoon tribal deck, but someday there has to be. No, it says probably so we don't destroy vaginas when we're born. Oh, from having such huge heads. Like, that's why people are so dumb when they're born. I've heard that before. You do agree, because if we were as fully developed as other animals, our heads would be too big. And they're already too big. Soulfinder says, Trash Panda deck is my new mission. You could put the capybara in, too. I wouldn't mind. He could be included. Because if it's gonna be... I think it has to be a red, green, and black deck. Because one of the raccoons in Streets of New Capenna is red, green, and black. So you've got to do red, green, and black. And there's like 4 raccoon creatures, maybe. And 1 capybara. So that's 5 creatures. You could have a spell-heavy deck, maybe. Ramp with green, burn with red, creature removal with black. Soulfinder says, RGB? I don't even know how to use colors. Of course, yes, you're a colorless deck aficionado. Okay, you do agree the shot came from the roof, right?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez.
Not from what I know about Martinez.
Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
There's a 72% chance that the bullet came from the roof.
72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
Let's say yes.
Definitely lie. The truth is not credible.
Yes, we have a ballistics lab in Kuran we consult in cases like these. Soulfoundry says, this person talks like my inner monologue. Noodle says, humans are born so small and weak, unlike animals, since we're not allowed to cook in the womb because of the bipedal pelvis limitation. So humans are expelled really early in development. I've heard this before, yeah, which is why it takes us a while to even walk, while others can already run. It's why, baby antelopes can do long division and stuff, and baby humans can't even talk. Yes, we have a ballistics lab in Kuran we consult in cases like these. And Noodle says, if you have a human spend 4+ weeks in the womb more than normal, that's a C-section or a double death. True.
Wouldn't hurt
that is a long
one
extra
of those
time.
in Martinez. What else have you got? It puts her on the roof.
Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot? This is not credible. I'm not going to say that.
Firmly. Try shit on a stick. All you've established is a possible route to the roof that you haven't found. And even then, our route doesn't put that bullet in the Burke's head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Are you certain?
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
Isn't it true that Ruby always wears a gun-shaped hat?
Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself.
Noodle says you're a C-section baby and most likely born covered in your own poopy. The worst way to be born. Soulfinder says I was 4 weeks early, so I'm basically a superhuman? Superhuman that can't have dairy. Oh yeah, those last 4 weeks are crucial to being able to have dairy. No, I kid. But otherwise superhuman. I was a little early too. Yeah, a little early. Not much. I don't want to say that the local pawn shop sold my gun. I think that that's going to hurt my overall credibility. I've already established Ruby's running drugs. She could have smuggled guns, too.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds.
Unwisebird says, are you getting out-logicked by Titus? Listen, all we need to do is prove that there is reasonable doubt that she didn't do the crime, and therefore a possibility that she did, and that's enough for us to wheel her into kangaroo court. So he better look out. No says, oh wait, no, I misread that. I thought you're still not a preterm, so it's still a proper birth. Yeah. All I'm saying is, from what I saw in her cabin, she'd have no trouble getting a gun. I thought you were born 4 weeks late.
Trouble. This is Revachol. Even the roid heads in the gym had a carbine. No one has trouble getting a gun. I still never saw her carry one.
Musefoot says, what is this, the British or Japanese legal system? Wait, is that true? And so, what did we learn about the British legal system? We learned that they don't have statute of limitations. Is not like they might have something similar, but that concept worded that is apparently not really a thing. We learned in the British legal system. Lawyers in chat, I don't want to hear about it. UK lawyers in chat, if I'm wrong, keep it to yourself. Soulfoundry says, I was early because my mom was smoking. She brags I was going to be too big for birth, but I have a whole story about my birth that would probably prove otherwise. Interesting. And Museput says, if I recall correctly, yes, in Japan and Britain, you are functionally treated as guilty until proven innocent. Excellent. Well, let's hope that we're in one of those places. Soulfoundry says, statute of limitations shouldn't be a thing. Doing bad is doing bad. That's probably true. Well, but don't you love the story of, like, the robbers rob the bank and now everybody has to lay low for 7 years? That's a fun device. That's gotta be worth it.
He must be referenced in some past case of theirs. He's angry because he knows you're right.
Museput says, I really think it depends on the
only
crime.
confirms
Probably.
your theory.
Probably. For a minor crime, I think that it makes sense. Property versus crime against other persons. Yeah, if you shoplifted 10 years ago, nobody should be like, oh, we looked at the cameras and actually you shoplifted. We're going to bust up your life. Anyway, but maybe you shouldn't get your life busted up for shoplifting anyway. Anyway, there is... Should I show him a gun? No, this is not a convincing gun. This is a broken gun. If I'm like, I found this broken old rifle in a wall, and he's already admitted that, like, there's guns around. Says, it's so stupid you got born early because your mom smoked. Hopefully she was a good mom afterwards. I'm sure. Let's say... I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her. Soulfoundry says, no, you steal a candy bar and I want your life ruined immediately. Tax dollars spent now. An excellent use.
All right, Carl. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
Okay.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
It's not why did she kill him. It's why did she organize the cover-up. And Noodle says, this will be another W in my lawyer MMR.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
She could have been just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
Thank you. This is like some Phoenix Wright ass shit right here. Another JRPG, which I realize now that I played.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Thank you, Shanky.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Shanky, let's assume you killed him.
I didn't do it, fucker. It wasn't my plan.
Just go with me.
You probably did, though.
It's just a thought experiment. Think, Shanky. You killed him. You got up there, shot him, cut down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your buddies as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
Fuck you, man. I would never fuck my guys over like that.
She didn't either. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh! Titus just told us something!
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her. Noodle says, why does the blonde dude sound like he's in a broom closet? It's fine. Look, there's a lot of places that can be recording studios, and some of them are broom closets.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
I pull out my handkerchief and dab his lip.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want.
Please?
I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However, hard I asked. Wanna know why?
Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
You kinda did.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Oh my god, Kim, we're actually kinda good cops. When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
What was she scared of?
I told you. You.
Me, as in the RCM?
No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Well, yes. Noodle says, Harry was actually an exceptional cop when he wasn't, listen, he's fine. He's doing good. That's why his eyes are all bloodshot and his skin is pale and he just looks so sick. Noodle says, makes me wonder what his stats were like pre-brain damages. Boy, none of these are good. Don't forget the funny tie, too.
How can I forget? Friday afternoon.
Shit.
When you
Okay,
first
that's
arrived.
fine. I accidentally double-clicked, but it's all good. What else did Ruby tell you about... No, I don't care about that. Do you have any clues on where Ruby went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
One of those lorries is hers. That's good to know.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Alan, I'm deputizing you. Help us find her.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a party candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her? More precisely.
More precisely, on the coast. Past the waterlog. She's not here. So, I'm thinking she's there.
Oh my god, what if she's the crab woman hiding in the church and that's how she climbed the wall to be on the roof? I don't know how she's a crab woman. I don't know that. But there's a crab woman in the church who climbs the walls and somebody got up on the roof. Crab woman. Oh my god, it's crabs all the way down. Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking? The coast gets lonely.
Sure. There's some shit houses there. A cinderblock town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked.
Got it.
I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
Oh, I'm glad we talked to you first before we went out there.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Oh, shit. Yeah, what does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man.
Do you know what she's doing with the Ulan frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
A pale emitter?
What?
We were talking about radio equipment.
Oh yeah, he listens to the radio.
She said she's doing Ulan frequencies.
Ulan is what I meant to say.
And a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something.
It's not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
Aw, shake his hand.
His grip is firm and reassuring.
Oh my god,
like
we made a
holding
connection.
A piece of unpolished granite.
Holy
Not
shit, I
just
have two
granite,
friends in this game. We're
tightly
doing it.
packed RCM sergeant material.
I'm just gonna think you should be a cop.
No. He already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are.
Huh. Kim, what's your bedtime again, bub? You need to go to bed, you little baby? Noodle says, yay, maybe one of them can show up to your birthday party. Oh my god, can you imagine the sad birthday party where it's my house and we've got the karaoke set up and the whole table is laid out and it's just Kim and Titus show up? Oh, a bit brutal. Kim, what do? We go on the balcony and talk? Is that our deal? And then I gotta go try to get my gun back.
Yes?
Oh, maybe not. Unwisebird says, who cares about the murder? It's all about the friends you can make. I guess what you're saying is the real murder case was the friends we made along the way. Noodle says, it's just like my previous birthday. For real, for real. Oh no! I'm sorry to hear this. Kim, how do I make you go to sleep? Maybe your bedtime's at 10 o'clock. Maybe that's what it is. Anything else we want to do, like, right here? We could go talk to Kuno. Then we really do need to go to, we gotta ask Claudia about Sunday night? Did we not do that? Oh, when Kim's not around to stop me. Okay, so when Kim goes to bed, we'll talk to Claudia, and then we'll go to bed. Noodle says, it was fine. Two of my bestest friends over my uni fling friends I don't even like. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, if it's a good crew, then it doesn't have to be sad. I was imagining like like you have a birthday party and your cousin and your cousin's friend show up, and it's like, oh no. Hey, Kuno. Luxurious buffet. Ooh.
Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Hey, Kuno. You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts, would you?
No. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about books.
Oh, no?
So he knows locusts.
Can we shoot him now? My god, I hope so.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame.
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison.
Oh, yeah!
She
Take him away,
sounds like
Kim.
She's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
What's this about?
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno S? Hush.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Lame. That rings some bells. Could this be connected to Night City?
God, his shadow is creepy as hell.
City of Rage. Yeah, that's pretty lame. Sounds like art.
Kuno, is this about Rage City?
Oh god, Kuno, no! What's gonna happen now? They're gonna make you lame.
Stop it, see. No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this under control.
There's definitely something going on here. You should check out Kuno's shack. The one with the pig's head.
Okay.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
The pig's head shack. Yep. The sound of melting snow dripping off the roof. Oh man. The spring has sprung here where I live, and I am not enjoying the smell of thawing dog turds, which is all that I can smell when I walk around my neighborhood. That's actually a fallen slogan from an aggressive youth-oriented campaign. What am I supposed to find here? It's crawling with locusts in here.
All around, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air.
Oh my god.
The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows.
Hey, so what is this about?
Like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodations for their insectoid inhabitants.
Noodle says, ugh, people think just because it snows they can hide dog turds? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's pretty bad.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case.
The lieutenant looks around, writes something in his notebook, and turns to you.
Of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Yes, precisely what I was thinking.
Yes. I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough.
We should talk to Kuno about this. Get him to stop stealing bugs, I guess.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
Noodle says now everything will release like methane deposits under 1,000 years of permafrost. It's true. And I get especially frustrated as a good dog poop picker-upper. Man, I was out at 3 a.m. last night because poor Zug is back in her bad poop era, and I had to run and take her outside, and she did a big old diarrhea, and I still cleaned it up. Oh, she heard me say her name. I hear jingling in the other room. She knows I'm talking shit about her. Just saying. That makes it extra frustrating because I'm such a good and wonderful person.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
I know you took the locust from the traps the cryptozoologist set up.
Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what?
Doggy diarrhea? Doggy diarrhea. Yeah, not nice. Not a nice time.
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
It's actually very sad when she wakes us up in the night, or, you know, last night she was just like whining and whining and whining. It like, I don't know, like 3 a.m. or something. And you wake up and it's just like, oh, Zug, this better be real. You better not just be complaining for no reason. And I take her out of the box and she runs to the front door and she's just like, you know, because normally if you let her out of the box, she jumps up on the bed and she wants to say hello to everybody. But when she's sick, she runs to the front door and is just at the front door. And then I take her out and she pulls me all the way out of the building. And then we get out there and she runs and runs and runs and runs to the nearest patch of grass. And it is just a poor, urgent little baby. And I feel bad for ever doubting that she was crying for a good reason. At least she held it in, which has not always been the case. Yeah. But she does. She's pretty good about holding it in. There was one time when nobody was here for several hours and we came back and there was doggy diarrhea on the carpet and it was not a good time. But yeah, she's usually good about telling us. Soulfoundry says, I'm in the bad puke era with Tread. Oh no, your poor cat. He just had a bout. He has learned to howl before, and I will wake up to hold him. I get it. Oh, he's trying to be good. That's sweet, actually. Soulfoundry says, I'm trying to get him to the vet to figure it out, but it takes so much money. I know. I was just at the vet the other day. It is so expensive, dude. Just $100 for a visit. For the visit. Yeah, it's pretty bad. We'll say to Kuno, you said you don't give a fuck about bugs, and then you go build a whole bug town? And Noodle says, that's why I'm happy I'm in medical school. I can self-diagnose. My mother is a doctor, and I often also find having that connection to be advantageous. I would say rather, in terms of things that can easily improve your quality of life, making a connection with a doctor who you can ask for little bits of medical advice is probably up there. That's a good piece of Piotr advice. Make friends with a doctor, or wed one, or something. Make a connection with the doctor, so when you're feeling kind of sick, or you have a weird thing on your skin, or whatever, you can just get a little bit of free medical advice without a lot of hassle. Soulfoundry says, and when I mean I just had a bout, I mean... Oh, when I mean he just had a bout, I mean legit 520 seconds ago maximum. Oh no, Tread! Feel better, Tread. You said you don't give a fuck about bugs, then you go build a whole bug town?
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Noodle says the cat Von Bomb is still on your shoes. And Sam the Geek says, poor cat.
Stop!
Kuno, this is actually making me like you more, that you have a weird bug city in your weird shack.
Locusts coming down like a shadow.
Ah.
This must be the night city he mentioned when you asked him where he's been.
So that in there is Night City?
Yeah, Locust City. City of Rage. City of Lights.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort. The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent.
What are you, some kind of artist now?
Maybe I am.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
I'm not gonna say it, but I do like this line, this option. You should listen to your friend, Kuno. Art's lame as hell. No, we'll say, hold on, did I hear you right? You said I.
Kuno made Kuno. Kuno says whatever the fuck he wants. There are no rules here, pig. I fucking say I when I wanna, and Kuno when I wanna. Kuno's free. Kuno's free to fucking die, bitch.
Kuno needs a counselor or a therapist or something.
This is what he sometimes does when things get tense.
That's great, Kuno. It's cool to make art.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds! Don't let him, Kuno!
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
He tears at the buttons of his shirt, trying to rip them open. They don't give way. Oh no, Kuno, that's so embarrassing. Noodle says definitely needs a therapist. This Kuno persona is definitely a defense mechanism.
Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno! You'll have to take me away!
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window.
Say nothing.
Without a word, she disappears.
Oh, she's
entirely
gone.
behind the fence. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. You've got him. Now convince him to leave the cryptozoologist's traps alone.
What's gonna happen to the locusts?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Stop. Kuno, you don't mean that. This is a clear cry for help. Noodle says, oddly enough, those who brag about freedom are those who feel the most powerless. I have no idea what happened to him, but it was something that made him feel extremely helpless. I need you to stop taking locusts from the traps, Kuno. No, you know what? I have to ask. What does the city of locusts mean?
It don't mean anything.
We're gonna
It's shit.
reverse psychology
Kuno
this
just likes
man.
to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
He turns his burning face up to the falling snow.
Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
Yeah, well, I need you to stop taking locusts from the traps. The cryptozoologists are trying to find something very important. Those locusts are bait. I wish I could just walk away from the conversation there, but that's fine.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
It's weird that we're talking to a child this late at night. Okay, now that's settled, I'd better be off.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
None of your business.
Yeah, whatever.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
Noodle says, "Wow, this is actually what art is. I thought he was insane." This is a good working definition. I agree. Hold on, is architecture also art?
Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture.
Noodle says he lost
while
me.
extolling
Yeah,
the
we.
virtues of the
That's
pure
gonna be
arts.
that's gonna be 1-1 here. That's stupid. Architecture is stupid.
Such vigor. Already you express a sharp, descriptive mind, ready to slash through the empty and superficial in favor of the sublime and the beautiful. Do it. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Okay, if 50% art critic is all that's needed for me to free me from rote repetition, so be it.
Exactly. It's not only your
Actual
duty to
art
only
degree.
catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery. the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop.
Yes.
The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
We're not... Are we a different kind of cop right now? Perhaps we can be multiple cops. No. Okay, I can be art cop. You know what? F it. I'm getting an actual art degree. Do I need a different... Oh, is some kind of superstar a kind of cop? I am the rock and roll cop. But I don't see why I can't be a multi-cop. Ooh, we do have multiple... You know what? Give me the actual art degree. I need to unlock a new slot. Oh my god, okay. Why would it be that easy? Let me just do this extra unnecessary click here. Art Rock! Hey, Pierogi Frenzy, welcome! We're becoming the art cop. It's happening. And I'm saving one skill point to try again to figure out what the hell the people are doing in that tent. Okay, what else can we... Oh, let's talk to the cryptozoologists again, real quick. What happened? We got Titus to tell us about some vague possibility of where Ruby is, and we got the armor chest plate, and we found out what Night City is. Noodle says, wait, he does have a point. Oh?
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're
If art
skeptical,
imitates life and
but I have
vice
a good
versa,
feeling about
what
it.
exactly is architecture if it's art? Oh my god, he's infecting me! Oh my god. The moral of the story is Kuno was right. I had a chat with this kid, Kuno. He promised to stop stealing the locusts.
So he was just a child.
I'm sorry, bub.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie.
Craft.
Good news,
Oh
right?
my god. It's the
means
second
we
half
can
of
try
arts and
again.
crafts.
She acts chipper, but something's changed.
Oh,
about
I
her.
feel bad actually
A
about
hidden
this.
worry.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
Do you think Kim is suspicious that we keep checking our watch right around his bedtime?
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season when it's warmer.
Damn it, maybe I can still restock the trap for you.
You can? Fine. It's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
Hee 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 hee. Kim has a bedtime? I
He
think his
wants to
bedtime
see
is 10
this
p.m.
tale
I'm
through
not sure.
As much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already.
I think so.
But he cannot let it drag out after this.
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
No problem.
Here's a fresh batch of locusts.
Oh, good.
They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Well, we received a box of locusts, so I guess that's... I guess that's good?
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center.
Kim, do you want to go to bed yet? What's your deal? Do I have to go to your door?
Yes?
Tell me about the case again.
What do you want to know?
That's all I need to know. Kim, oh, Kim, oh, I'm so tired. Aren't you tired too? Why don't you go to bed? Do we have to talk to him out here? I kind of forget how this works.
Yes?
Maybe it's not late enough yet. Does Kim know he has a bedtime? How do we make Kim go to sleep? Also, I guess we could go look at the backyard wall real quick. We're allowed to do that. That is technically an option. We need Kim to go away so we can talk to... Unwisebird says he gets grumpy. Oh, he gets grumpy when it gets too late. Poor cranky Kim. Just... Here's something we can do for a few minutes. Backyard wall, you say. Is this not the backyard wall? Shoot. Well, maybe we can look at the coast and stuff and see if there's a vantage point from out here. That's something we can do quick. Maybe? No? Oh, maybe up here? Oh. The book says you must attain a okay, some word that I don't care to read. It's not that I can't read it, I just choose not to. We could also try to read the Conan the Barbarian book again. Maybe I can tell from looking at these.
Coin-operated
I can tell more about the island.
Viewer is facing.
Put a coin in.
Money disappears in the curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab grey shape, like a ghost.
Why are you trying to ditch Kim? Because I want to talk to Claudia without him.
The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the room,
and Noodles also correctly points out that it's his bedtime.
A half-sunken sea fort. Its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it. Its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind.
Could the shot have come from there? Then entered the window upstairs, the whirling in rags?
Can you tell? From this distance? I don't think it's possible.
I agree, Kim.
It's not. The details are blurry. There's water vapor in the way, and waves cut into the islet.
Yeah, I don't think so. Museput says, it was too easy to throw the soundtrack on and cruise around the island I live on and look out over the ocean. Oh, that is a very good vibe. Ask the fisher folk. Oh yeah, that's a different thing. Check the island for bullet traces. I guess I didn't actually do that. I guess technically I haven't checked the island for bullet traces, but I don't know, man.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see.
Put on my conceptualization clothes. Oh, what item do I have now? A box of locusts and a postcard. Send the Geek says vibes-based crime investigations, like the opposite of Scooby-Doo. Is Scooby-Doo not a vibe? Let me just put on all my best conceptualization clothes. Now we'll take a look. Also, just not to scathe scum, but like while I'm thinking about it. Pierogi Frenzy says, a holistic detective, like Dirk Gently. Like Fox Mulder, but less maniacal.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Why am I looking at this wall?
Yeah, why? It's a wall. An ordinary wall.
I guess we'll never know.
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by? We have business to attend to.
Kim, I'm trying to conceptualize stuff. Can't you see? A signal blue navy coat. God, somebody just left this cool coat out here? +1 suggestion. Aye, Captain. Okay, so I can cosplay as a dude. That's, I guess, good. Oh, she's gone! Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there! Okay. Unwisebird says, wow, he is grumpy! Oh my god, the prophecy is real. Kim, there's something about it. I can feel it in my little bones. My tiny, tiny, tiny bones. So small. Just rattling around in there. Wait, wait, wait.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier. More old bullet holes. Half a century at least. From the revolution.
Examine closer.
You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts trickling down your brow. Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in, caving in, ever tighter. Your breathing grows even heavier.
You okay there?
Breathe out sharply. Yeah, I'm fine.
You were looking pale there for a second. What are you looking at?
What's with all these bullet holes? I've seen a lot of them around.
Remnants from the revolution. These are over half a century old.
Not unlike myself. Something we should do about these?
No, we are not constructors and renovators. And these bullet holes do not warrant an investigation.
Okay, but what can you tell me about the revolution?
Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it.
Ah, you are grumpy.
Should we go?
God, Kim. Fine. Kim, I'm putting you to bed. I'm tucking you in. I'm gonna kiss you on the forehead and say goodnight, Kim. And then I'm gonna go do the grown-up investigation. Just quick while we're here. I wanted to see anything else we can just do on the map while we're out this way. Not really. I mean, we could try to read the book, but... Pierogi Friend says, FYI, there's not much more for you on this side of the lock. Oh, hey, what's that over there? The featured hero clicks? Ah, yes, indeed. Let's take a look. Right after I do a thing, which is just going to take a second, and isn't me fixing the camera, which I should have done before the stream. It's not that. It's something else. Totally different. Not what I just said. Okay. Let's take a look. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, Soul Foundry, by the way, for the light snacks. Bam. Today's featured hero clicks in honor of crabs, because I was told that there would be a riot if there were no crabs on stream. Today's featured hero clicks is Reptil, who for some reason has crab hands. They're definitely crab hands. I know his name is Reptil, but he has crab hands. Yeah. I like that they're orange and his face is not orange. And his baggy green pants are also very great. Anything that I can tell you about him? Almost nothing, actually. There's not a lot of information on his dial about who he might be, and I have not bothered to Google it. Crab hands? Oh, yeah! Let's compare him to our standard size Karen just to get an idea of the scale here. We are going to break out the spirit level for this one. As you can see, standard size Karen is a little bit taller. Their poses are different, of course, but she is a little bit taller. The other thing that I can tell you about Reptil, aka Crab Hands McGraw, is that he is 70 points, 70 points, 70 points, and also he is today's featured hero clicks. So now you know. Now you know. Hold up. Let's put Kim to bed here, and then I actually think I gotta run. I gotta run a little bit early today. Even though this was supposed to be a longer stream. It's just going to be a shorter stream, but starting earlier. That makes perfect sense to me, and I hope it makes perfect sense to you as well. Kim, go to sleep. Pierogi Friend says, OMG! You bastard! It was a trick. It was a trick and a trap. No, unfortunately, I do gotta run. But let me wrap this up real quick. Kim, go to sleep. Kim, how do I coax you to bed? We'll try talking to him on the balcony to chat about the case in the rain. And if he doesn't go for it, we'll figure it out. Pierogi Friend says, I can't believe I had to enjoy your company for 35 minutes. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So Foundry says, I agree. Well, kiss my face. Kim?
What do you want to know? Good.
We'll figure this out next time. Let's wrap this up here for now. We're just going to save. We will be back. I'll post in the Discord the next time we're going to do this. I think we got to do a big long stream. Tried to get through more of it this week. Got distracted last time and ended up doing actually a shorter stream this time. But I think we gotta just set aside a bunch of time and just blast through the rest of this game. Progi Frenzy says, I'm imagining a raging fire in the next room. That's exactly right. There's a huge fire and I'm just like, yeah, I better get to that. And PB is just keeping it together. What can I say? I'm a pro to finish the stream. Let's wrap it up here for now, though. We'll post in the Discord when we'll do this next. If you have been watching any of this live tonight, thank you so much for watching live. So I just get you live together. I enjoy every stream I do. And if you watch this as a recording or on YouTube, thank you so much for watching that way too. Sorry all of these videos are different lengths. Drastically. That's just the way that we do it here. However you watch this, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you later.